Okay, so now we look at the process of human embryogenesis. So before this, we already discussed about the process of fertilization. So apa tu fertilization? Fertilization is a process of the union in between the sperm and also the egg to produce diploid zygote. Okay, so fertilization will occur in the fallopian tube. So what happened to the zygote? Okay, after fertilization is already occur, so that process we call as human embryogenesis. So what is human embryogenesis? It is a process by which embryo is formed and developed. Okay, so what happened to the zygote? Zygote undergo cleavage or a rapid mitotic division and cell differentiation. Okay, so kalau kita tengok dekat sini, so this one is the zygote. Okay, so what happened to the zygote? The zygote will undergo cleavage. What is cleavage? Cleavage is a rapid mitotic division. Maksudnya akan berlaku proses mitosis. So that's why dekat sini akan berlakunya first division, second division, third division and so on. Okay, so through cleavage, the fertilized zygote will becomes a morula and also the blastocyst. So if we go through one by one, okay, so this is the zygote. So kalau kita tengok dekat sini, the outer layer here still lagi masih ada zona pellucida. So what happened during the first division or the day one after fertilization? It will undergo the first cleavage that produce 2 cell. Okay, so means that di dalam ni akan ada 2 cell. And then for second division, for day 2, the second cleavage will produce 4 cell. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then for the third division of the zygote, it will produce 8 cell with 2 tier level of 4 cell. Okay, so dekat sini tak ada diagram. Okay, so what happened after that? Okay, bila kita kata proses cleavage ni berlaku secara continuously, so it will produce a ball of cell. Okay, or as cleavage continue, zygote develop into a ball of cell that we call as morula that passing down the oviduct to the uterus. So kalau kita tengok, kita go through the diagram here. So this is the fallopian tube. So the process of cleavage will occur inside of the fallopian tube or oviduct. So once the ball of cell or morula is already produced, so this morula will passing down the oviduct to the uterus. Okay, and then the morula will travel to uterus around 3 to 4 days. Okay, and about 4 days after fertilization, fluid-filled space called blastocyst cavity appear and morula become blastocyst. So means that after 4 days, 4 days after fertilization, from morula, it will form blastocyst. So this is the structure of blastocyst. Okay, so based on the structure of blastocyst here, it has the fluid-filled space here that we call as blastocele. Okay, B-L-A-S-T-O-C-O-E-L. Okay, so this is the structure of the blastocyst. So actually the process of implantation, dia akan melibatkan the implantation of blastocyst towards the lining of the uterus ataupun towards the lining of the endometrium. Okay, so for day 7, blastocyst implant in the endometrium about 7 days after fertilization. Okay, so remember, okay, kalau kita go through semula untuk proses of human embryogenesis, okay, it will start with the cleavage. What happened to the zygote? It will undergo cleavage process or rapid mitotic division. Okay, so what happened from cleavage process is continuously to happen. So it will produce morula. So from this morula, it will form blastocyst. Okay, so based on the structure of blastocyst, it has the fluid-filled space cavity which is called blastocele. So this blastocele will travel through the endometrium and implantation will occur around day 7. Okay, so next we look at the differences between the morula and also the blastocyst. So what is morula? Kalau kita tengok dulu, morula is the solid sphere of cell, and then the smaller cell produced by cleavage are called blastomere. So means that the cell inside of the morula here, this one yang ni yang kita panggil sebagai blastomere. Okay, and then the size of the original zygote. Maksudnya, the size of the morula ni sama dengan size of the original zygote. Okay, so kalau kita tengok based on this one, okay, even though cleavage process is occur, okay, tapi yang berubah adalah cuma dari segi bilangan sel. Maksudnya daripada 2 sel jadi 4, daripada 4 jadi 8, jadi 16 dan seterusnya, dia akan berubah jadi ball of cell that we call as morula. Okay, so based on the size is maintained because of what? There is still surrounded by the zona pellucida. Okay. So dekat sini dia telah mention it will be surrounded by zona pellucida and it will complete at the end of the 3rd day. Okay, and then for blastocyst, it is a fluid-filled hollow sphere and then one pole differentiate into inner cell mass from which embryo form, and then the outer cell mass is called as trophoblast. Okay, so if you look at the structure here, so ni adalah structure of the blastocyst. So the outer cell mass here, yang bahagian paling luar kita panggil sebagai trophoblast, and then yang di dalam sini kita panggil sebagai inner cell mass. So what happened to the inner cell mass after this? Okay, it will differentiate to become, ataupun kita kata the inner cell mass will form embryo. Okay, and then the fluid filled space here, so this one we call as blastocyst. Okay, so zona pellucida will be shedding or detaching. Maksudnya once blastocyst is already produced, so what happened to the zona pellucida? Zona pellucida will be shedding.